Well, hello everyone, Texie88 here and welcome to another review. And now I'm taking a look at Blackbeard by Toposoft, released for the ZX Spectrum 48K. Now, back in mid-September of 2020, YouTuber John Gage had been asked to, had looked at the Amstrad CPC version after having been asked to take a look at it. The version that he played was all in Spanish, so it was a bit of a struggle for him because due to him not being fluent in that language. But luckily, this Spectrum version, which was also from Toposoft, did get a release in the UK, and I managed to find English instructions for it. So we can redefine our keys, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. So basically, you play as Captain Blackbeard, and you're trying to retrieve the treasure map stolen by the despicable Redbeard programmed. Yeah, unfortunately, even when it's translated, you must expect the occasional misfire. Oh, they forgot to translate espace to space by the looks of things. Up, down, left, right. Pause. Yeah. So, yeah, as I was saying, the Redbeard is an underhanded swab who has not only stolen your prized possession but has scuttled your ship and taken your crew as his own. All you know is that the map lies inside one of the many chests secreted throughout the ship. But beware, members of your now mutinous crew lie in wait and will do their utmost to send you to Davy Jones' locker and take the treasure map for themselves. Why don't they just take the treasure map anyway and just not tell him about it and then have it spare us from having to play this silly game? Because I know it's silly because it's been panned in reviews. And I'm just going to find out just how bad it actually is. And it looks like you can get knives and pistols. Both can be used against pirates, but you need the pistols in order to open the chests. But let's get on with the game. So that's me near the bottom left corner of the screen, and you control a pretty wobbly sprite. And that's some of the aforementioned mutinous crew, I'm presuming. Yeah, so what you got here is a pretty... Oh. So what you got here is a pretty sluggish Gauntlet clone then. So I fell through that grate, and now I'm in one of the lower decks. And now, because I've had that bottle, my guy now can't walk in a straight line because he's absolutely smashed out of his brains. Come on, sober up, you silly sod! I'm dead. If you so much as brush against one of your formerly loyal crewmates, you fall flat on your face and lose a life. It looks like my life marker is shown by how much of the skull and crossbones on the flag in the top right corner is intact. Yeah, I don't think I want a knife yet because I won't be able to open chests with that. But it tells you the number of bullets you've got in the gun on the middle right of the screen. What is good is how much colour they've managed to get in them. When I was watching John Gage's review, one thing he complained about was the pretty jerky scrolling and the general slow pace of the thing. Well, oh god. Well, while this one scrolls a bit better than that and is a little bit faster, it's still rather slow. No, don't want a knife. I won't have a knife unless it really can't be avoided. Yeah. It's not very good, really. As I said, it's just a really slow Gauntlet rip-off. There's something over there. And another thing I don't like is you're so close to the... What? I blooming shot him. Let's try that again. So you actually start off with the gun, which is nice. I'm going to be a bit careful this time and not walk over that grate if I can help it, because I fell right through it. That's how I ended up on that lower deck. Look, they managed to get some pretty good colour into the proceedings, so presentation-wise it's not too bad. Well, at least in still images, but when you actually see it in motion, you see how slow it and uninspired it is. Oh, another thing I don't like is how close Blackbeard is to the right-hand edge of the screen. And it's... Oh, I see. Those are ladders and you can go up and down them. Oh, cool. That's quite a nice effect, I have to admit. I wasn't expecting anything amazing because it is only an 8-bit computer, so they were limited in... Oh, see, all that because he's too close to the edge of the screen when the screen starts to scroll. Can't he be more central? Oh, God, I died. Oh. What? What, so you actually die if you fall down those holes, or at the very least lose a life? Okay, let's try going this way next. It'd be nice if I could actually find some chests to open. Oh, come off it. I just got absolutely bombarded with knives just then. What? I shot that. Okay. Oh, so I've got a guide. What's the instructions called a guiding light, and I can actually use it to fire cannons according to what it says in the instructions. But I just got to find a cannon to actually. Okay, I got myself a bit more health back. Oh dear. Can I have a cannon to fire? Oh great, now I'm going to be pissed out of my brains again. God. God, this guy's a complete drunkard. Yeah, and the scrolling can't always keep up. No! Crikey, that... No! Yeah, God, that guy nearly got me. Yeah, scrolling can't really keep up. It sort of scrolls for a bit and then suddenly stops, and then it has to suddenly catch up again. I shouldn't really be collecting those because I am wasting them. I might need them later when I'm running low on health. I think there was a cannon or two down here from what I remember. This guiding light is particularly useful to fire a cannon that will destroy your enemy's only entrance. Well, from what I can make out, he isn't doing diddly dick. Let's try doing it on this one then. That doesn't do jack. Am I missing something, or is that complete horse shit? No, the knives are going to kill me. Oh, God. God, I actually outran a pair of knives that were hurtling towards me. Actually, I seem to recall there were some cannons down here. See, look how close I am to the edge of the screen. I can't do anything with these cannons. I'm clearly carrying a torch. Oh God, I nearly got stuck then. And now I've got no bullets in my gun. I'm going to look. Dear me. There's a chest, but because I haven't got any more bullets left in my gun, I can't open it unless I can find a gun. Well, I'll take that knife because I have that. It's better than having nothing when it comes to being able to defend myself. Oh, bloody hell. That only happened because I was so close to the edge of the bleeding screen. Oh, so there's a gun down there, but can I actually get to it? Yes, I can. That footstep sound effect's actually starting to get on my wick. Oh, for God's sake. Again, that only was a problem because he's so close to the edge of the screen when it scrolls. Right, now I should be able to open this chest. Oh, God, bloody hell. Oh, for God's sake. There's nowhere. Well, what's in here then? Is there something in there? Because I can't see anything that actually came out of that chest. God, this is so exciting. Oh, bloody hell. I'm running out of health. Oh, for God's sake, I couldn't avoid him because my bloody character is so close to the edge of the screen. Go on, go up the ladder. Go up the ladder. Thank you. Oh, God. See, all you've got to do is place him more centrally so I actually stand a chance to be able to avoid all these treacherous toads that have turned against me. Oh! This isn't very good. This is actually quite dull. And the fact that it's so unfair by placing you so close to the edge of the screen before it decides to scroll, coupled with the fact that scrolling can't really keep up all that well. Not exactly brilliant, is it? Nah. Oh, God. No, I've had enough of that. So that's a Blackbeard for the Sinclair ZX Spectrum. A boring as hell Gauntlet clone that's got some significant flaws that don't make it any fun to play. Graphics are fairly nice. Backgrounds can manage to get some colour into the proceedings in a good way and manage to avoid the worst colour clash. That's about the only good thing I can say about the game. Scrolling's a little bit jerky, but the way they've coloured it in, again, that was only to be expected because otherwise there would have been some scrolling colour bleed that would have been unsightly. The sprites are, well, the animations is about as good as it's going to get, and and I didn't have any problems being able to see them. And I didn't have any problems being able to see what the knives they were throwing at me and things like that. The sound, I wish they'd picked something a little bit less intrusive for a footstep sound effect, because the one they picked is quite loud and quite prominent, and it does grate after a while. And other than that, the only other things are sound effects when you pick something up or lose a life and your character falls flat on his face. Gameplay, well, as you can see, it's very like the classic game Gauntlet. Unfortunately, it's not nearly as much fun as Gauntlet. Even though the Spectrum version of that just had a plain background, whereas this has detailed wooden floorboards and the like. If you're going to play a game like this, just go for that. It may not look as visually impressive, but it's a lot more fun than this. And the fact that it being slow, being slow is pace is also a problem, and the fact that that you get so close to the edge of the screen before it starts to scroll, and the scrolling can't quite keep up, because there are points where it sort of scrolls quite well for a bit, and then suddenly it will scroll a little bit later, or almost as if it was just about struggling to catch up. That's not ideal, and the fact that you're so close to the screen means you can easily walk into one of the pirates and lose a life, or well, you don't exactly lose a life in this. You lose some of the health, as outlined by the skull and crossbones on the flag in the top right corner. Once that's depleted to just a skull, you're a goner. So yeah, this isn't great. 3 out of 10 for Blackbeard on the ZX Spectrum. It's just a boring clone of Gauntlet, and it doesn't really, it just doesn't really yank your crank the way that game does. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that review. Catch you on another one soon. Texie88 out.